But of course, we got a few other guys to watch for.
Yeah. And it's good these guys are playing in the Senior Bowl because, I mean, that's going to elevate your stock. When coaches can actually, and they'll have two staffs down there, and coaches, they'll bring in their staff and and it gives you, it's exposure. Now, some players don't need the exposure, maybe not. But if you're on the cusp, this is a good opportunity for you. And they see your speed, they see your attitude, they talk to you, they know your personality, they can see your intelligence, and in these staffs, they talk. I mean, the whole coaching system is a fraternity. I mean, most of these guys are, I remember 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Do you remember that, Jack?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or you type in some whatever actor's name, and then within 7 whatever movies, you'd find a connection to Kevin Bacon. That was way back about 20 years ago. And so, I mean, I've coached and I did, some graduate assistant stuff, and a lot of my friends, were coaches, college coaches, and so it's a network and it's a fraternity, and so they know and they share information if they're close friends. I mean, I'm not going to, even though I have a friend that I'm not going to share valuable information with him, but if I have another coach that's a friend and he asks me about a player, I'm going to tell him the truth and what I think. That's nothing to hide.
There you go.
So anyway, and I saw a little clip with Nick Saban the other day talking about, there was always that great debate with him recruiting why Miami didn't sign Drew Brees and that kind of stuff and whatever about his knee and a little injury there and how he'd gone down to Birmingham with Dr. Andrews down there, and he talked to Dr. Andrews, and Dr. Andrews told him what the difficulty and I guess the extent of the injury between Drew Brees, who they were out, Miami, when he was at Miami, were thinking about signing, and then Dante Culpepper, both, and so you share information. I mean, you're going to share plays and tendencies and stuff like that. Well, I say that, but you're not going to share, I mean, just intricate, secretive stuff. But I mean, you'll talk about players. So yeah, right down here, these guys are going in, and so these coaches are going to look at them, and they see you, they learn type person you are. So it's a good exposure, very good. And we have some good Alabama players going down there doing that, and it's a good opportunity for Jalen Milroe. Have you seen Kiper? His last? Was he like the 4th-rated quarterback coming out?
No, he's actually a little higher than that.
Yeah.
At least according
to we've talked before, and yeah, somebody's going. Whether it be, I think the Giants may be interested with him, and so it's a good opportunity for him to just demonstrate what he can do.
Let's see, where does Mel Kiper? I don't think Mel Kiper has Milroe on his first round list.
No, it's on there. I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. Of course, who knows? But
It was somebody else it was someone, but
yeah, he go no, Henry, no, that's my Labrador. No, go.
What's Henry saying?
Oh, he's just being interrupter. No, that's it.
I take it that he's not too crazy about he's not too crazy about Mel Kiper either.
Yeah, he's wanting a BONE is what he's wanting. I got to learn to put these guys up because they're habitual. They know they're scouting. These guys know the schedule, and he's looking at me. There's Elaine. I think she hears him.
Henry.
So anyway, distraction. Sorry, guys, but you find anything on Milroe?
I know someone from CBS.
He's not going to be a first round. He's not going to be a first rounder, but I feel like he'll be somewhere around second round.
Yeah.
Thank you. Elena came and got him so he wouldn't disturb us anymore. What a good wife.
Yep.
But I think he's definitely he'll get drafted, and he's smart and got a lot of speed. And I just this season was not kind to him, and I don't blame it on him.
It was Chris Trapasso that had Milroe at the top 5 of the NFL draft for
Oh, top five
2020.
of the draft.
Yeah, he's from CBS Sports.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Milroe has something some other of these quarterbacks don't have. And it's called speed. And you know the old saying, Jack, speed kills.
Yep.
So that guy's got speed. So yeah, he's gonna get drafted.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he brings out.
Yeah, and the Senior Bowl is a good opportunity for all of them. Even I saw Jarquez Hunter from Auburn is going to participate, and that's good. That's good exposure for him. I've always liked him as a running back. I think he's like a Bam Miller, and he does a good job. Got good balance and quick little feed in the gaps, and you know a little darter too. He can all of a sudden just dart through there, that kind of stuff. So it's a good opportunity for these guys, and I'm glad to see that they're taking advantage of it. And I told you that story with my father-in-law, Coach Trimble, Wayne Trimble. He was in the Senior Bowl after his senior season at Alabama. And I told you that down there, he's got a picture of, and I guess he was on the South. And of course, you had the North. And I think now, don't they do the NFC, AFC? I don't know, whatever. But he was on the South squad, and they were playing against the, I guess, the North squad. And he's had these little photographs. And of course, there were a lot of good players, but I told you the big one that just stood out was old Bubba Smith. They're from Michigan State and the old police movies and stuff. Yeah, there's old Bubba Smith, 1967 Senior Bowl, Mobile, Alabama. Bubba Smith.
Old Bubba Smith. There we go.
Bless his heart.
Well, and I'm curious to see if Malachi Moore is maturing a little bit. At least in the Senior Bowl, because it was like I know that some of our fan base has not been too thrilled about the way he was when we played Vanderbilt, when he was having hissy fits, crawling around on the field. It was like a kid throwing a fit at the grocery store because they weren't getting Cocoa Puffs. Like, good grief.
There you go. But you know what? One thing, there's physical things in the NFL. There are a lot of physical aspects that they value, but they also like that attitude too. I mean, of course, that attitude can get you. It can be good. It can be bad. When it gets you a penalty, it's bad. But as far as in the huddle and with your teammates, that attitude is kind of somewhat valued. And so we'll see. I mean, hopefully he's a smart guy. Maybe he learned a lesson. And when when you're going to be a little kid and pout and that kind of stuff and be all lose your composure. But I think but he does have a little chip on his shoulder. It shows you a little chip. Got to have a little discipline with it too. But that is somewhat valued, a little attitude. So it's it's plus or minus. Depends on when it shows itself.
There we go. Wow.
It'll be a good game. I tend to always watch the Senior Bowl. I like seeing these guys. It's tough. You're learning the language, all the different terms and what they apply. The first part of the play call is to the lineman blocking scheme, and the second part of it's going to be to the receivers, routes, X, Y, Z, all that kind of stuff. Then the third is going to be blocking scheme with the running backs, and then there's a fourth. And I'm going to tell you, a play across the board in the NFL is, it's a lot of verbiage. It's a lot of blah 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 blah. So it's not an easy language to learn, and so thus when they get to and you got all these coming in from these different schools, and a dig route over here is not the same as a dig route over here. The two terms may be used a little bit different. So for some, it winds up being kind of boring. But for me, I just like seeing the players get there and see, just see them play. And it's kind of like a first exposure to, the real because what the Senior Bowl is like the first game for them as a professional, and to see how quickly they learn the system.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's a big part of it. Some players can come in and learn the system right like that and all the terms, and then others can't. I mean, it takes a while, and so you'll have some quarterbacks come in and immediately play, but then you'll have others it's going to take a year, 2 or 3, so they fully grasp it all.
Yeah.
And it comes down to a lot of what you're exposed to, and how complex is your high school offense, how complex is your college, offense, and then all of a sudden you get into the professional level, and I mean, it's like it's tough. I mean, offensive play calling and is it's not like strong right, 13 veer, boom, and then you play it. No, it's like da da da. X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's a long, blah. It's a lot of code words.
Yeah. A lot of them at that.
Yeah, I'll come up with one and call it out to you maybe next week and say, how long the call is.
Oh yeah.